Okay, week 6, New Orleans Saints versus Houston Texans. New Orleans is favored by 1.5. I'm going to be taking Houston in this one. So when you look up here at the upper left, New Orleans is favored to win by about 59. Has a 59% chance of winning according to the model, which correlates to a 2.5 point spread. And then when you come over here and you look at the raw numbers, so let's start here in the middle. In this case here, you see the 95% confidence for the New Orleans Saints is 17. That's the lower, and the upper up here for Texans is also 17. So that says that the model says, hey, we're not statistically confident that there's really a difference between the 2 points. And when you look over here at the right at the box plot, you can see that it shows, a slight advantage right here for that upper quartile here for New Orleans versus Houston. But then what really kind of brings me back to reality here is when I look at the Bayesian revision, it's saying, hey, the model has been really underestimating the capability of Houston, and that they've been overperforming. And with that, it says that's what that minus 7.5 is saying. It's like, hey, they're better than what the model is suggesting. And so it's trying to compensate for that. And then when I come down here, look at the raw numbers. You got to kind of look at it and say, for the most part, New Orleans has been struggling to really get their offense running. Up until this last week where they put up 34 points, those are some pretty anemic offensive numbers that they've been putting up here. And they've been relying on that defense, which is not bad. And then when we come over here to Houston, I don't think anyone can argue that C.J. Stroud has turned out to be the player that everyone hoped he would be. And they lost this last week, but he didn't look bad in that loss at all. So let's go to the performance charts. We're showing a slight advantage over here for the New Orleans rush, but you start to look at some of these upward possibilities for C.J. Stroud in Houston. And then when we come over here to the right side, they're doing a good job of protecting C.J. Stroud, and you see some explosiveness over here. You see more explosiveness for Houston than what you do for New Orleans. Both teams are protecting the ball pretty well. Not a whole lot of fumbles or interceptions per se, but you certainly see a lot more sacks up here as well. So with that, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take Houston and the point spread. So if you like what you're listening to, like and subscribe, and drop me a note, and good luck with your bet.